Hey guys, Majin Obama here, and today we're going to take a look at another game in this Capcom Fighting Collection. It's going to be Marvel vs. Capcom 1. This is another game that I think is an interesting one in this collection, and the team that I'm going to recommend for you guys at the floor level, if you want to hop into this game, make some people mad, take advantage of a really busted mechanic, I have the team for you. It's going to be Don Cheadle and Terrence Howard. We're doing War Machine, Gold War Machine. So the truth is, you hop into this game and you start trying to learn War Machine. He is actually a very deep character. If there's anything that's ever been cheap, he probably has it in this game. Guard breaks, multiple infinites, but the most important thing about him is that he can fly. This is, if you look at the character select screen, there's not a lot of other characters that have like that kind of complex air movement, and because he has it, it makes him unique, and it's really strong, and it opens up for a lot of the potential that you'll see at the ceiling. But at the floor level, this is your squad. War Machine, go to Zangief, tap up, that's Gold War Machine. And you want to pair them with this assist. Assists in this game are a separate, selectable character that will appear on this grid. Hold it down now, you get Colossus, or you can just select them that way now. The reason why you want to pick Colossus too, there's a few assists that are stand out in this game. There's Colossus assist, Juggernaut, Psylocke. I think in Japan they like Lu too. Colossus is going to give you the most value because it's the most amount of calls for an assist that does everything. You do need to remember that you only have a certain amount of calls available to you though. So for example, Colossus, there's 5. I think Juggernaut, you have 3 calls, but you call them by just pressing medium punch and medium kick. It's pretty easy. Now, what's important to note is that he's active from the time he appears on screen to the time that he disappears. So that means if you call him here, and then you follow, you can actually kind of chase them down like that. And you can convert. Like so. The easy executable game plan that I want to showcase to you guys, and first would require you to know the difference between War Machine and Gold War Machine. The big thing is, Gold War Machine is a super heavyweight. The ground quakes beneath him when he walks. He cannot fly. He cannot air dash. He does not have repulsor blast. His shoulder cannons are rockets. But what's most important about him is that he cannot block. He will face tank everything that the opponent throws at him. And this is going to be troublesome when you play against characters like Wolverine, Strider. If they do their supers to him, you're going to take all that damage. However, you can also truck through it and do your attacks and interrupt them. And that's important when we consider the mechanic that we're really playing for with this team, and that's the team crossover supers. So once you get 2 bars in this game, if you do quarter circle forward and heavy punch, heavy kick, both of your characters will come out and do their supers. Pretty standard stuff for a versus game, right? But in order to build that meter, right? First of all, you got to know, I'm assuming if you hop into a versus game like this, you already know kind of about the standard zigzag pattern of attacks, right? So it's light punch, light kick, medium kick, heavy punch, heavy kick, right? The way you want to think about basic generic combo structure, and this is true for like 90% of the cast, that zigzag pattern from weak to heavy. So for example, you dash in using 3 punches, and of course this dash, backwards and forwards. You can kind of just do whatever string into shoulder cannons, which is just quarter circle forward punches. Light punch version is faster, does 4 hits, all the way up to the heavy version, which is a little bit slower, but does more hits. With kick buttons, quarter circle forward kick buttons, same difference, only he does a crouching attack. In the air, shoulder cannon is also usable. You can also tiger knee it, like so, to be able to cut off lanes of the screen. This is important for War Machine. He's not just a combo monster. He's not just a guard break monster. He is a zoner as well. You gotta remember attacks like Repulsor Blast. And you can actually, in a lot of situations, pick up with OTGs with the way some of these hit sometimes. You'd be surprised. His throw as well. If the opponent's just not, if they're sleeping and they're not rolling, you can take them for a ride. You know, when you hop in, you know, it's very easy to get distracted with the ceilings of some of these characters. But when you hop in, you don't have to do anything super crazy. Just count the 5. Dash in, light kick, heavy kick. That's your launcher sequence. You can also do it with jab and crouching jab as well. And then it's just light punch, light kick, medium kick, and then one of the heavy attacks. And that's really all you need to start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. You can hop in and you can play the game now. If you want a little bit sweatier, you can start to mess around with what makes War Machine really stand out, his flight. He has an 8-way air dash. Jump up into the sky with War Machine and hit any direction in 3 punches, and you'll do an air dash motion. It's going to be a little bit slower than what he has in Marvel Superheroes, but it's still very useful, and you'll see why soon. The other attack that I want to draw your attention to is, of course, the Smart Bombs, Light Kick and Medium Punch. You can do this in the air, just super jump, hold back, it'll shoot a shorter trajectory, hold forward, it will shoot full screen, neutral will go in the middle. Makes sense. But the big thing is, you have air actions after this. You don't just have to jump up and do Smart Bomb. You can activate flight, shoot Smart Bomb again. If they're going to jump up and try to meet you, you can shoulder cannon, try to zone there. And you can also air dash down forward and come down with buttons and be able to go for combos. So something like this. Mixing up your approach like so. This is another important button for War Machine as well, this dive knee. Down, medium kick in the air. It's important for a lot of other reasons too, because it enables him to kind of do his refly sequences, which you can learn more about on the wiki. But at a base level, even this is good enough. What you have to know is this down medium kick on hit and on block is cancelable. It's not just special cancelable, but it's normal cancelable. So you can come down with the knee, and on block or hit. On block, you can just kind of land, maybe continue just pressing buttons. But on hit, you can launch them with up heavy kick. Immediately as it hits, hold up and hit the heavy kick button. And you can launch them. And that's where that pressure, that mid-screen zoning pressure, becomes scary. Because you do not want to get hit by this by a War Machine player, because they will loop you. Go straight down and land and do nothing. Mix up your opponents when mid-range and long-range like this, and you're naturally going to build meter. Because once you hit 3 bars, that in a lot of cases for you is going to be a win condition. When you hit quarter circle, back, heavy punch, and heavy kick, and you have both characters on your team, both of the characters come out with infinite super meter, and it's up to you to dump all that shit. And it's so good, it breaks the game. You saw the screen kind of flicker there? Yeah, it's this is why you play this team. Because if opponents want to try to interrupt that mix sequence, they have to deal with a character in Gold War Machine who has infinite armor. He's just going to truck through whatever they're doing anyway. And so you can kind of just stick to this very basic game plan of just slightly aggressive zoning and kind of keeping the opponent at bay, building meter until it's time to play the game. Quarter circle back, both heavy punch and heavy kick, and as soon as they come on screen, you're banging supers. You can do one, and if they desync like this, hop on the other side, sandwich them a little bit. Have one character, you're controlling both characters simultaneously. So while one character is locking them down with a proton cannon or a war destroyer, you can be behind them, poking them low, or jumping on their head or something like that with the other character. It's really cheap. But you get infinite meter during that time, make sure you use all of it. These two characters together, they create the kind of Bob Ross element where even if you mess up trying to do the good stuff, it's so good that even if you mess it up, it'll probably work out and become a happy accident. Oh man, I dropped this little loop sequence or something. Whatever, I got an air throw. Or they ended up blocking it and I uncomboed them or something like that. There's a lot of little things like that with this team. But if you want to learn how to play the game, but not really, pick this team. I think if you really want to learn him in depth, head on over to Super Combo Wiki. The combo section in particular has all the strategies and cheap shit that if you really want to dig into this character, you can learn at the ceiling. One of the strongest characters in the game, and also very versatile. You can play him in a lot of different ways. You need hands, but he is incredibly rewarding. You can make people delete the game for sure. But I'll catch you guys next time. Let me know in the comments below if this helped you out or what you think about this game. I recommend you guys give it a shot, at least go through arcade mode. Maybe take advantage of this mechanic that I'm talking about. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Everybody be easy.